Hi there, good morning. It's Beth here. It's Saturday morning and it is time for a couple of cool Easter crafts. Now I'm going to show you these in a minute. We're just waiting for our live audience to build up here a little bit. If you signed up for the event, thank you so much. And if you didn't and you just happen to be here live right now, thank you so much. And those of you that will be watching the replay, I thank you also. So what we're going to do today is first of all, when you come on, let me know where you're from. I think it's kind of fun to see where people are from, and you know what you're doing today. Is it nice weather in your area, or is it still winter? It is kind of winter in our area, and it's it's dead. It's pretty dead outside. I don't know. The grass is getting green now, and but it's still pretty dead outside. So these two crafts I'm going to show you today. I have to admit two things. One, I found them on Pinterest. I went through and I searched and searched and searched because I'm pretty picky when I'm doing these crafts, because there's so many out there, so many out there. So anyway, so tell me where you're from. Give me a little hello. I don't know if you can see this thing sticking up here. This is my broom pole. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this is. Let me show you how I set this up. Here, I'm going to come right over here. This is how I set this whole thing up. It's with duct tape and chairs and all this stuff. So that's how I kind of set this thing up, so that you all can see what I'm doing. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to get started because I know your time is valuable, just like everybody else's time. And, I have also one more confession to make, though. Let me make one more confession, and that is that I have not tried these projects. Usually when I do these live craft classes, I will at least see if it works before I share them with you. So we are going to do this together, and you can tell me things that you think should have been improved, if there is any, or if you think this is going to work, if you try it. So here we go. So let me turn my little iPad upside down here. And let me make sure that you can see what I'm doing. I think that's about right. Maybe a little further. Whoops, hang on here. I hit something. I'm having some problems today. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I'm going to turn it around. Oh, my dear. Oh, gosh, see, that does that again. Hang on. I'm seeing something that I shouldn't be seeing. Okay, here we go. There we go. I think we got it now. So let me just tape this up here so my iPad doesn't fall down. Get that all nice and neat. Okay, here we go. I think you can see me. I might be a little bit too far over, but let me adjust it just a smidge. Let me go over just a smidge, because it's going to be better so you can see the whole thing. I think that's probably better now. Am I going the right way or the wrong way? Okay, anyway. So for these Easter crafts today, I have two different ones that I'm doing. I think I'm going to do the messy one first, and that is one that I saw, again, on Pinterest, where you blow up a balloon, and you put string around it, a string of some sort, or embroidery thread, things like that. So today I'm using just some balloons that I had bought to try something else with, and it didn't work. So so I kept these balloons, and I blew them up just as close to an egg shape as I could get it. If you see this, you see it's kind of an egg shape. And it doesn't matter if it's off whack, like this thing is off whack a little bit, because all we're going to do is we're going to wrap string around this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put, first of all, Elmer's glue. I love Elmer's glue. You know, I love my glue gun and everything. We're going to use my glue gun next on a project. But this Elmer's glue is all-purpose glue. It's great. I don't know which way you can see this, but if it's upside down or right side up, or inside out. But we're just going to put a bunch of glue in a container, okay? And then we're going to add a little bit of water to this. About the same amount of water, I guess, really. And this is where you start to get your hands messy, you know. And I think that's going to be probably pretty good. You want that mixed real well. That looks pretty good, because you're going to want this to stick. One thing I forgot is my paper towel, so hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got the glue in there, and you might have seen this on Pinterest, but I just thought it was kind of cool to show you this. And we're gonna put this whole string in here, or embroidery thread is really what it's called. Oh no, see, I'm not, you know, I don't know what I'm doing with embroidery thread. So here we go. See if this will all come undone. And you don't have to push it in or anything, because it's all gonna turn out, it's all gonna come out the way you put it in. You know, it's all gonna be full of glue by the time we get this all in. So we're just doing this like this. And I want to thank those of you who watched my last live craft class. If you didn't catch it, you can see it on my blog, craftsinacarafe.com. We did zipper purses, or zipper pouches out of Ziploc bags. I don't think it was Ziploc bags. I probably shouldn't say that name because that's a brand name, but it was done with real fun duct tape. And you just put the duct tape around the Ziploc bag, and they turned out really, really cute. In fact, I had several people send me their pictures. Oh boy, do I have a wad here on this. Sorry guys. See, you open your, note to all of you, open your embroidery thread carefully. I was wanting to get this done fast because I know, like I said, time is money for everybody here. And I know that you've got things to do. You've got Saturday activities. So anyway, I cannot see you now, who's ever on. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. This is like my funnest thing in the world to do is crafts. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this thing out for a minute so that I can sit back down here. And this is in the glue. I am going to push it down a little bit. Everything in there. So if you're just joining me, we're making an Easter craft, and you want to put, I think Elmer's glue works the best for this. You want to make like a little glue wash or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, in with Elmer's glue, about half and half, water and Elmer's glue. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to start at it here. And I blew up a balloon, as I said. I blew up a balloon that is just slightly blown up. It's the closest to an egg shape that I could get. And so what I'm doing is, the finished craft is, I'm going to do this balloon today to show you, but I'm also going to make a green balloon, a green egg, a purple egg, a blue egg, yellow egg. So I bought this whole thing of embroidery thread, and as a crafter, you guys know that you can keep this stuff for other stuff. So I've got all kinds of colors here that I could make, and we're going to turn them into Easter eggs, and then I'm going to turn them into a wreath for my front door. So here we go. We're just going to get this down here like this, and we're going to I think wrap it around here would be probably the best way to do this a couple of times, just to hold it in place. And then as you pull, you're just going to wrap it around this balloon. And then I'm going to come up here, because this is what they showed on Pinterest. Come up here, I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times and then go down this side. This is the hard part and the messy part. It's fun to get messy though sometimes. Wrap it around here a couple of times, and then we're just going to start going here shortly with our yarn or string Easter egg. So here we go. This is messy. Put down paper and all kinds of stuff, you know, so that you don't get it all over the place. And all you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around and just get it on there as best you can, and go up and down and around. You might have to hold it like in the back, you know, when you start this. And then just keep going around. Try and find the holes, like here. You know, I got a big hole here, so we're going to fill that in. And here's one on this side. And we're going to go up here. And so you just keep going and going and going and going. Okay? Now, depending on what you want, you can stop it at this point if you think that's enough. Or if you want to put maybe another color on it, or continue it with a pink. And actually what I did is I had this all wound up here. So I'm gonna wash my hands in my water here. Oh gosh, see, I told you, when you don't plan these things, sometimes it goes a little haywire. So I'm gonna put the rest of this string in here, just because I'm gonna love this egg, I think, when I'm done. I'm gonna unwrap this thing though first. There we go. All right, so we're gonna lay it in here like we did before. And this is just the hunk that when I actually cut open the package, which I shouldn't have done, I remember from my needle pointing days and cross stitching days that those little things just come off. You don't need to use a scissors to pull, you know, what I'm talking about here, where I cut this little thing off. So you don't need to do that. All right, so here we go. This is my next string, and we'll just kind of put it in here like this, get it all full of goopy glue, goopy water glue. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm leaving this one little thing to hang out, and I'm going to wrap it around the top of this thing again, just because. Okay, so let's just continue and get some glue up here. Continue. We'll see if this works. I don't know if it works or not, you know, but it looks like it might, depending on how much glue I put on here. We'll sure find out when this is all dry. And I'm not going to make you watch me until this dries, because I think it's going to take about 24 hours, so you don't have to sit here and watch glue dry, or paint dry as they say, you know. And okay, so this is just one strand. I really do think that I am going to do another one, just because I think that it would be nicer. And again, if you guys have any suggestions, jump in here and I'll be able to read your comments. I do read every comment after I'm done. And here, we're just going to like push this down and connect it right here. Okay, so there you have it. This is my first egg, but I am, like I said, I am going to probably add some more here after we get off here. But now, what you want to do is you want to hang it up at this point on a piece of string, and I have a piece of string that I prepared. I did prepare something before I got online with you all. Okay, and we're just going to hang it up here with a clippy clothespin. I don't know if you can see this or not, but just hang it up. Whoops. Just hang it up and let that little puppy dry. We're going to let that dry, you know, for 24 hours or more. I plan on, after I leave you, I'm just washing my hands right now for the next project. After I leave you today, I do plan on making the rest of these, and I am going to put them into a wreath. So, you know, check back here in a couple of weeks, because I'm going to have a wreath for my front door. I'm just moving this guy out of the way a little bit. So there we go. Let's clean up this project, because we are ready for project number 2, which we will do from start to finish. This one was not a start to finish project, and so you just have to bear with me on that to see if it works. Okay, this next project I found, I think it's absolutely adorable, and I don't know if you saw it on Pinterest, but they made Easter bunnies out of, someone did, out of something called safety pops. These little suckers that I know probably you've all had before when you were a kid. They're called safety pops. I found them at Walmart. Lots of places do not carry them. I actually went to a couple of different stores and I didn't see them. And so what this project entails is we're going to take 2 of these. They do come individually wrapped, which is nice. But I unwrapped 2 of these, and here are the 2 that I unwrapped. And then another thing I had trouble finding was waxed paper. And maybe I wasn't looking at the right place, but I finally found it. And I do urge you that you do need waxed paper for this, because I think it turns out cuter. Plus, I was going to use cellophane, you know, like what do they call it? The cling wrap or whatever, but I thought, man, that would be too hard to do. So what you want to do is you want to start with a piece of wax paper that's, what, is that about 4 inches by 4 inches? You're going to have to judge on this, you know, because I didn't write it down. So anyway, it's about, if you have these suckers, I guess it's about 2 times the length of the sucker, okay? I'm going to pull this off so you can see this. I think this might be better. Okay, so it's about 2 lengths of the suckers on both sides, okay? So, I didn't know these things had letters on them. Huh, these have letters on them. So you're going to put them together, like so. And you're going to, all you're going to wrap is the sucker part, okay? So you're just going to wrap the sucker part the best you can, but you want to keep them together. Maybe this is the way to do it. Hold them like this. Like this, I guess is the best. And it doesn't matter if your wax paper gets crinkly. At least I don't think so. And then you want to just pull them up. Just wad them up like so. Okay? Wad it up like so. And that's the beauty of wax paper, is it kind of stays like that. Then you take a piece of ribbon. And I always make my ribbon longer. I don't know. You know, it's hard for me to tie things. So you just take a piece of ribbon and you tie a bow around this part of your sucker. Okay? And to be honest with you, for little kids, it wouldn't be just a bow. I'm going to do this and make it a knot. That way, if, you know, that way as parents, you can control how many of these little things that they eat. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bow on this guy and make it cute. Oh, my scissors are terrible. Okay, cut it off a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing as a crafter to not have scissors that cut. Okay, come on. Somewhere along the line, my scissors will cut. By the way, my balloon is dripping up above my head. Well, this is ridiculous. My balloon is dripping up above my head. So be sure that when you if you're going to do that project with the balloon eggs, make sure you're going to do that in an area that has a piece of paper underneath it, or you don't care where the glue drips, okay? Okay, so there is this part of this little project done. Open up the ears a little bit. That's a bunny. Can you see? And then what we're going to do, whoops, that one needed to be tucked in a little bit. But for purposes right here, what we're going to do is, I got some bunny tails at Michael's last night, and they are actually glitter, kind of a glittery thing, which I think is kind of cute. Get a glue gun. I think glue guns would work better for this project. Get a little bit of a little piece there, and stick that bunny tail on, and look at that. And you can always trim. You can trim this off a little bit or bring it down, but I just think that is one of the cutest things I have ever seen. Let me put my glue pan above this because I think you'll see it better. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? And they'd be cute for place settings to have sitting someplace. You might want to put some little feet on it too, you know, where you have the feet come out here and glue it on there maybe, you know, if you want them to stand up straight. But what a cute little thing to put in Easter baskets, or, you know, you can put little eyes on the front if you want or whatever. But I just think that's so cute. So those are my two craft projects today. Easter and, you know, come back or check my blog to see what the rest of the, let me get this down so I can talk to you. Let me, I want you to come back and see what the rest of the hang on here. Okay, come back and see. Good morning, Linda. Hi, how are you? And I want you to come back here on my blog post, craftsinacraft.com, because if my Easter wreath works out with those little balloon things, I'm going to make an Easter wreath to put on the front door. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you back here. Now, in 2 weeks, I will be back here with another craft project, but I will not be live, but it will be here at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time 2 weeks from now, which I don't know what the date is, but it's somewhere in April. And I'm going to be very busy for the next few weeks on Saturdays, well, every day. And so, you know, I'm going to actually record it and present it live to you, not live, record it and present it here on Facebook on 2 weeks from this coming, 2 weeks from today. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Go have a very, very happy day and happy Easter to all of you. It's coming. Spring is coming. That's it for me now. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.